Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. I hope you're having a good day. I'd like to provide you with inspiration today, and our topic for today is the pressure of always being right. Some people love to be right, but from my observation, always being right comes with so much pressure. It comes with pressure because you can fall into the trap of pride. You can also fall into the trap of thinking you're superhuman when we all know that every human being makes mistakes. So if you're a leader, give yourself some slack, give yourself allowance, and remind yourself that you are human. And being human means that sometimes you're going to get it wrong. So the traits or the quality of a great leader is not seen in always being right. If you're leading an organization, you don't always have to be right. If you're leading your family, you don't always have to be right. If you're leading your kids, you don't always have to be right. They might be little or teenagers, but it doesn't mean that they cannot teach you something, because they certainly can, because they as developed as or underdeveloped as they might be, they still have different perspectives, and from their perspective they can teach you something about themselves that you don't know, because have been given as a gift to you, but you have to learn about them, from observing them, from listening to them, from being with them. So it's important that you just give yourself slack, and understand that there's too much pressure with always being right. So it's okay to be wrong sometimes. Great leaders are not found in the fact that they're always right, but in the ability to actually listen to their people. So before listening, you have to ask questions. Asking questions means that you don't know, because if you're asking a question, that means you don't know, and you'd like to know, you'd like to learn. So once you've asked the right questions in the right way, okay, because for instance, when a teenager is irate or upset, that's not the time to be asking them questions, because it will whatever question you ask them will probably will be translated in the wrong way. So asking the right questions in the right way at the right time is key to growth, to your growth as an individual, whether you're leading an organization or you're leading a family or you're leading yourself, because leadership always starts with the leadership of one's own self. Okay? So ask questions. Next, listen. Too often in too many organizations, asking questions is a tick box exercise. So if the people just give their answers, they either give like canned answers, or they give answers without any expectation, because they know that those answers are not going to bring about any results. Your kid might also give you an answer knowing that nothing is going to happen. You're not going to actually do anything based on what they've said. They're not going to see any change based on what they say. So instead of communicating with you, what teenagers will often do is shut down. When you ask them the question in the right way at the right time, they won't answer you, because maybe they've given you answers before, and nothing happened, nothing changed. The same thing kept happening. And that shows that you're not listening. You're asking questions for the sake of asking questions, but you're not listening. So the purpose of asking questions is for you to actually listen, and you can show that you're listening by taking a different route, by taking action steps that shows that evidences the fact that I've heard you, and I want to actually make a change. So if your employees are complaining about maybe the opening times, you can listen to that and see how you can incorporate maybe like a staggered sort of basis at the workplace if it works for you, or a flexi time scale whereby they come in early and they finish early, or they come in late and finish late. But just do something to show that you're listening to those employees. Do something to show that you're listening to your spouse. Do something to show that you're listening to your kid when they give you feedback. Because you asked the question, they provided the answer. Now what are you going to do with that information? You have to do something. Because if you don't do anything about it, it shows again that you're not listening, and you were just asking the question for the sake of asking questions. And that's not a good character trait to have. And finally, the pressure of always being right can be circumvented by admitting openly when you are wrong. Okay, People don't mind when you get it wrong. What they do mind is secrecy when you've gotten things wrong. What they do mind is when you try and pretend that everything is fine when they can clearly see that it is not. It is not right. You've done the wrong thing. You have the wrong results. No one is happy about it, but you're pretending that it's not there, or you're trying to brush it under the carpet, hoping that no one will notice. But you've noticed, so they will have noticed. So the mark of a great leader is having the humility to admit when you get it wrong, admit it openly, admit it with humility, and just learn from it. Give yourself grace, the same grace you extend to your employees, to your spouse, to your staff. Extend that same grace to yourself. So when I say give yourself some slack, I don't mean don't try and attain information that you can use to lead your people effectively. No, I'm not saying that. What I am saying is when you get things wrong, just admit it, learn from it, and then move forward. Don't bury yourself with it. Don't beat yourself down with your mistakes. Just learn from your mistakes, admit it to your people, and then learn something from that experience and use that information that you have learned to propel you forward. Okay? Those are my tips for you today. So number 1, ask questions. Number 2, listen and take action. Number 3, have the humility to admit when you were wrong and learn from the experience. Okay, those are my thoughts for you today. Please feel free to share this with whoever you think needs to hear it. Until next time, from my heart to yours, do take it easy and forget about the pressure of always being right. It's okay to be wrong sometimes. Okay, take it easy. Bye.